Hey Reactors, I'm Erica and I'm the host of the Relatable Reactions podcast, where we react to real stories submitted on the internet. This episode features a guest appearance by one of my favorite people and friend for 15 years, Karen, or as I call her, KG. Say hey!
Hey!
She and I are going to dive into 8 juicy stories focusing on relationship issues. I'll read a story, we'll talk about it, give quasi advice about what we would do, then we'll move on to the next one. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button so you can catch future episodes on your favorite podcast platform. Okay, KG, are you ready?
I am ready to hear some juicy stories.
Okay. So this first one is titled, "If I invite someone to join me on a hike and share in some baked mac and cheese as an opener on a dating app, do I sound like a stoner or an axe murderer?" Okay, so this writer starts off by saying, to note, no cannabis is involved, so don't got any to start with. I'm kind of reaching, I guess, a breaking point in online dating, trying to come up with opening lines and such. Yes, I get it. Another post about initiating is hard and scary. So now I'm just approaching a point where I kind of just want to ask point blank first thing. Hey, there's this thing I have been planning to do. Do you want to come with? Worst they can do is say no, of course, and follow through on my plans anyway. But I'm curious how people would react if someone's first message was, I was planning this weekend to go to the local nature park and snack on some baked mac and cheese. I'd love to have some company and share what I've got through, or what I've got. So.
Well, now I want baked mac and cheese.
But with a stranger?
Yeah, I mean, is she getting them their own baked mac and cheese for 2? Same fork? I mean,
right. And I think this is a guy who would ask a girl, so that changes it a lot for me.
Okay, so he's packing some baked, like, is he taking it like takeout, like ordering?
I think he might have made it. That's what it sounds like. And he's like going hiking with a snack and is asking a person that he wants to date.
Well, also, I don't like cold mac and cheese. It's got to be at the right temp.
Right. Does he have it in an insulated cooler?
Yes. So then you're really packing for this trip if you're going to bring some warm, baked mac and cheese. And how long is the hike for it to stay in the proper carrier?
Right.
I just have questions.
What I like about your questions, KG, is you're focused on the mac and cheese solely. You don't give a hot goddamn if this person is axe murderer trying to lure you out into a forest preserve and snack on you with mac and cheese.
I mean, that would be my... Okay.
Are you concerned?
After I get the questions answered about the mac and cheese, then we go into the follow-up questions about where are we going? How long's the hike?
Mm-hmm.
You know, is there people around? Do you make this trail yourself?
Yes.
Is this a pretty heavy traffic area?
Yes.
That people go to picnic?
Exactly, because I'm not about to be alone with you in the timber. Right. I want to see some other eyeballs who can, help identify my location.
And do you have bear spray? I mean, the bears like the mac and cheese just as much as I like the mac and cheese.
Back to the mac and cheese. First of all, bear spray and mace for this gentleman.
Right.
Because listen, I haven't been on many dates from a dating app. Have you?
Yes. I could write a book.
Would you, if someone, swiped right on your picture and said, hey, girl, you fine. I got some mac and cheese. You want to go on a hike with me? Would you do it?
No, because here's the thing. I am kind of, sort of lactose intolerant. So we would have to have a bathroom nearby.
Right.
Because my first date with my boyfriend now of 5 years, he wanted some... cheese curds. I ate some cheese curds. My stomach was a little jacked up.
Oh no!
And I powered through the date as much as possible.
I bet you did.
I had to go home. So if you were taking me up in a hike and we're gonna get down on some baked mac and cheese,
I'm not shitting in a portable.
No. Or in the woods.
And period.
There's no timing of like when your stomach's going to hurt. It can hurt in an hour. It can hurt in 5 minutes.
Your body will betray you every time.
Therefore, I would have to decline or do some lactose, maybe milk in that baked mac and cheese. I don't know. And that probably wouldn't taste as good. So I'd have to bring my own snack pack.
Yeah. So you're considering the date. I am not.
I'd consider the date.
Okay. I would tell this person, because he's a guy who's trying to, I don't know, get a date, that's probably not the first thing you should do with someone. Maybe after I get to know you, we can go hiking in the timber, like after the 16th date.
Okay. And that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
because I'm a little scaredy cat these days. People crazy. Right. So that's probably why I never actually followed through on a date from a dating app. Because I watch too much Dateline and Lifetime and everything else. But
and what state is he from? It's not like there's a lot of hiking places around here in Chicago.
See?
If anything, you're gonna hike or take a walk off, Lakeshore Drive.
Right.
Lakeshore and
right.
Pull over to the nearest park bench and have Big Mac and cheese.
Yeah, and is he talking about a forest preserve? Because that might have actual people in it. But I'm a little leery of going on a first anything with someone alone in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Baked mac and cheese or not. Maybe a pizza. I could be persuaded with a pepperoni pizza from Home Run Inn. That might get me into the timber.
Yes.
I don't know.
And who is going to hold the pizza? Like,
right. There's so many questions. He didn't think this through.
Up with, yes.
He didn't think this question through because there's a lot of factors, especially for a girl. Like, we need glamping potties so that we can pee and poop in peace and not on the first date.
Not on a first date.
So whoever that was,
shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down. All right. So that was about 7 minutes of us talking, girl. No.
Okay, we're still talking.
I'm excited about that. That didn't seem like...
I have things to say about food, especially if it's food related.
Look, mac and cheese is the bee's knees. And that's what he thought he was going to reel somebody in with. He thought he thought the mac and cheese was going to be the buzzword, and it clearly was for you.
It was for me. It was. I got excited with the food.
Yeah. Okay. So we're moving on to the next story. If KG wants to move on, or if she wants to keep talking about mac and cheese.
If something relates back to this story, I will tie the two together.
No. Okay. This one's a little bit more serious.
Okay.
And it's titled, "Is This Guy an Asshole?"
If you even have to ask, it probably is.
That's a good point. Okay, so it looks like I'm just gonna go right into it. He says, disclaimer, this is not my problem, it's my sister's, but she just will not listen to logic.
Okay, well.
My sister met this guy on Tinder. She has been seeing him for 5 months now. He practically moved in with her. At first, he was living with his ex-girlfriend in a 1-bedroom apartment, but then he said he needed a place to crash for a few weeks because she kicked him out. It's been 4 months and he hasn't moved out yet. He treats my sister like his girlfriend, but whenever she asks him if she's his girlfriend, he'd say he's not ready yet. He invited her to his cousin's wedding, and when she told me she thinks he was getting serious, I told her to ask him. She shouldn't assume something when he was clear he wasn't ready for it. When she did ask him, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna go back home for a while, and when I come back, I'll think about it. His parents live in another country." She is super stressed out about this. My advice was to just let him go. They clearly don't want the same things out of this relationship, and she tends to get attached to men, which in turn leads her to getting hurt, and I don't want that for her. He doesn't make enough money to rent on his own. They live in Paris, and apartment prices are sky high. My gut is telling me this is exactly why he was living with his ex, and that when she kicked him out, he hopped on Tinder and found free accommodations. My sister is very pretty and very smart and funny. She can get any man she wants. I'm not shaming the guy for not making enough money. What is worrying me is that he's not upfront about his intentions. He keeps leading her on, but she can't see it because she has feelings for him. I know there's nothing wrong with not wanting anything serious. What's not sitting right with me is him not telling her that and just saying he'll think about it anytime she asks. He is clearly leading her on. Am I overreacting for thinking he's an asshole? I don't want to just let her go through another heartbreak, but I can't force her to do anything either.
Okay. First of all, whoever wrote that, well done. It's a well-written, yes. Inquiry. And there was just one swear word, I believe.
Asshole.
Asshole. That's all.
It was in the title and in the body of the note.
Okay. Because I don't think I would have been as nice. First of all, that's very upsetting.
Yeah.
That a man did that and
is doing that
and not free. That's the part that got me. Free, not even pitching in. Yeah. Now, obviously, there's two sides to every story. Maybe he's doing stuff for her in other ways, whether it's cleaning or grocery bills or, giving her a little something, that it really is what the relationship's about, that deep. Maybe she's just getting satisfied and having some companionship. I don't know. But no, if she's looking for something serious and wants a relationship, wants to know that it's heading somewhere, then he has every right to look out for his sister, because she's not being open about what she wants to him, and she keeps thinking maybe
he'll come around.
Change him, come around, but she's getting used.
Yeah, I think the brother's gut feeling is right. And I only thought that, like, as I was reading it the first time, like before today, I was like, oh, maybe, he did fall on hard times, but it's not like you can move in with someone. And I'm sure they're doing all kind of girlfriend, boyfriend things.
Right.
But when she asks him, he's like, oh, no, not ready. Well, when you're ready, come back and live with me. Like, get out of my house. Right. And I know what it's like to, like, live with someone that you don't want to live with. And yeah, and it's just, I feel like it's been 4 months, and so detangling this should be delicate, because, like, if she ever did get fed up and say, I want you to leave, like, maybe call your brother back and help you, because this man seems like he's using her.
Yes.
He's not there for any other reason than he doesn't have a place to stay.
Correct.
He was living with his ex before her.
And that's a red flag
right And there. Why did you get kicked out?
Right.
And well, obviously you should be kicked out because you're an ex.
Did she date him knowing that he was living with his ex?
Right. Yep.
I mean, unless she met the ex and they were like friends and they ended amicably, I don't think that right there is a red flag.
Right.
Like, you being kicked out and then what? Come on over? That just doesn't seem.
And then, like the brother said, like, I feel like he hopped on Tinder, found somebody, and was like, hey.
Was their first date a hike with mac and cheese? Because
that is the deciding factor.
Maybe she was down with that mac and cheese.
This might be the actual writer from the first story. Like, who knows?
Never know. But no, he has every right to be concerned about his sister. And yes, it's her life, but he wants what's best for his sister.
Yeah.
So,
and it's so funny because you can see, because he's not involved in it, he can see from afar what's going on. And she can't see it because she's too close to it.
Right.
But yeah, once a person tells you, oh, I'll think about it, or I'm not ready yet, like, that's not a...
Right.
Like if you were what they wanted, right. If you were what they wanted, they would say, hey, I want to be with you. I think we should be exclusive. I love you, blah, blah, blah. Let's see where this goes. He's, And then the second time she asked him, he was like, I'm going to go stay with my parents. He literally leaves the country.
Like, okay, I'm changing the locks. Take your shit with you.
Right.
And then maybe we can start dating again or whatever.
Let's date while you live somewhere else.
Right.
Because I feel like you're taking it. I think he's taking advantage.
Correct.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But props to that brother.
Who's,
looking out for his sister.
Absolutely. And I'm sure Steven would do that for you too.
Oh, I know he would.
Steven, is that you? No. Okay. So, next story. This one's kind of long, and I'm gonna clear my throat. Sorry, everybody. I'm back. This one is titled, there's ages in here, which makes it kind of difficult to read, but I'm going to do it anyway. My, meaning the writer, she's 29 years old and she's a female, boyfriend, who's 34, claims I spilled beer on his expensive laptop when I didn't. How do I offer help without taking the blame? Okay. So she writes, my boyfriend and I were drinking a bit last night and watching videos on his MacBook. His laptop was sitting on the coffee table, and our beers were sitting on coasters next to it. Here's what I remember. I was laying on the couch, scrolling my phone. He leans over to change the video. I can hear a beer can fall over and the hiss of it spilling out. I look up, and yep, beer is all over his keyboard. I jumped up and grabbed an armful of towels. I distinctly remember he had his laptop in his hands when I came back. I tossed him a towel to dry it off, and I tried cleaning up the table and the floor. We're both pretty tipsy, and I stupidly ended up knocking the rest of the beer on the floor while cleaning up. He's obviously way more concerned about his laptop. He kept repeating, this cost over $1,000, over and over. The fans were going on high speed, and his trackpad wasn't working, and he was freaking out. I offered to take a look at it because he was freaking out, and he basically shoved the laptop at me and said, try to do anything. I managed to shut it down even though the trackpad wasn't working, and explained since we were tipsy, we should let it air out overnight and we could try taking it apart in the morning to clean it up when we were sober. He freaked out more and snatched the laptop away from me and said, Apple doesn't work that way. You can't just take it apart. I said, okay, then we'll take it to the Apple store in the morning and when we're sober. He then said, this cost over $1,000 and you spilled beer on it. I was really upset and crying, and I didn't want and said I didn't do it. He did. I just went to the bedroom and laid down. He followed me saying, "This doesn't have to be a fight." I said I didn't want to be blamed for something I didn't do, but I was sorry his laptop got wet. He got more huffy and kept trying to Google how to clean up his laptop. He was trying to ask me stuff saying, "You know computers way more than I do," and I just repeated what I said earlier. Air it out and we'd fix it in the morning sober. But he just got mad and was talking quietly. He just kept freaking out until he found a website that said air it out, like I've said multiple times. He set his laptop up on a towel and came to bed with me. Then he got mad because I rolled over away from him. We must have fallen asleep because I just woke up and I'm recalling what happened last night. I feel so bad his computer got wet, and I know he can't afford to shell out money for a replacement. I want to offer to get it fixed for him or give him a couple of hundred for a replacement. But I'm worried he still thinks I spilled the beer on his laptop and expects me to pay the whole $1,000 for a new one. He's still asleep, and I just wanted to get advice before he wakes up. We've never fought before, and I've never seen him so freaked out and mad at me. Accidents happen, and we were drinking, so I think this whole thing is stupid, and we should just let it go. But I just don't want him to expect me to pay so much for something I didn't do.
Well.
Girl.
Girl. Yeah.
Okay. How did you spill the beer and you were sitting on the couch?
Correct. So, first of all, she does not have to pay $1,000 for a new laptop.
For a damn thing.
Absolutely not.
No.
He's a man and he needs to take accountability for his actions.
Yep.
Hopefully he does wake up and apologizes for how he reacted, because that's all that he needs to do. Things can be replaced. Yeah, sure, $1,000 is a lot, but that's why it's called a credit card.
And insurance.
Yes, and insurance. If that's something you really need in your life, perhaps you need it for work or whatever, but things can be replaced. And he shouldn't have yelled at her, but they were both drinking, and I'm sure it escalated, and everyone gets emotional. She got sad. He got angry. Everyone is different when they're drunk and in an argument. But, as long as he apologizes, and if she wants to help, like, if I don't know their living situation, if they live together, they've been together for whatever amount of time.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Yeah, then, she could offer to, pay a little bit That's fine if the kindness of her heart.
That's sweet, KG.
It is sweet.
No,
right?
That's sweet. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, she does not have to.
No.
Like, throwing that out there. She does
Right.
not have to. And I hope he comes to terms with she did not do this, because if he says she did, I mean, it's not something about to break up over.
But I mean, well, if you're gonna keep saying that, the alternate reality is my problem. Like, if you're gonna keep saying that I did it, hopefully his attitude changes in the morning. Right. But at that moment, him saying you did it, the alternate, like, we were both here, my guy, and I was not near the laptop.
Right. Because if he acts that way about a laptop, how's he gonna react in other scenarios?
Right.
You know, drinking and what have you. Like,
it was obviously the liquor, because she even kept saying, you know, air it out. We all have spilled stuff on our phones, and we're like, put it in
a bowl of rice. I don't know. I mean, isn't that what you do when things? You know,
yes. Like, did he have enough rice? Does pasta work?
Mean, yeah, he could have. You know.
Does mac and cheese work?
Mac and cheese, yes. Uncooked mac and cheese could have definitely absorbed some of that.
Yeah. But for real, like, she kept telling him that, and he's like, and so he's Googling, and then it tells him on whatever Google thing he found to air it out, like, and then he wants to come and cuddle, like.
And I can understand, like, when I dropped my phone in a puddle outside, I freaked out for a hot minute. I totally get it.
But did you blame, like, the person walking by?
No, I just blamed myself. I might have took my anger out on my boyfriend, who was near me, because I was freaking out, and he told me to calm down. And of course, that can always escalate things. Right.
Don't tell me to calm down. Right. That's like an alarm system.
You need your moment to overreact.
Right.
And then as long as you calm down and it doesn't hurt or offend anybody, you know, you let it out. And if it did hurt and offend somebody, you tell them, I'm sorry. I was having a moment, and I apologize if my moment offended you.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with you. But he's making it about her because he thinks that she did this.
Right.
So that's obviously becomes more offensive, because she was like, no.
Yeah, and back to your point about, like, it would be nice if she, you know, kicked a couple of $100, like, to help. But I would want to make sure, if I were doing that, to say, I'm not admitting guilt here.
Right.
I'm giving you money because you're my boyfriend and I love you and I want you to get a laptop.
Together to watch movies.
Right. And that movie last night we didn't finish, and so now we have a problem. Like, I want to be able to finish the Ozarks or whatever we were watching. I'm giving you this because I love you, not because I'm guilty.
Right.
And I need you to understand I'm also not guilty. Like, there's that kind of stuff can kind of fester.
Her mind too, because if she doesn't want to let this go, she could say, hey, yesterday, I know we were both drinking, but this is how you made me feel. And I don't appreciate that, because I don't like going
accusing me,
sad or unhappy.
Yeah.
Because of it just escalated.
It was an accident.
Yeah. It was an accident. Even if it was her fault, it was an accident.
Right.
It's not like she purposely.
Yeah, let's go that route. If she did do it, if she kicked her foot up accident, oh my God, like,
it was an accident.
Yeah.
And what if she couldn't afford it herself? Then they have to work out something together to pay for a new one.
Right.
Because she might not have the $1,000 up front either. You know, accidents happen. As long as you guys are together in a relationship and you care about each other, you'll make it work. Whether it's still paying 50-50 or just coming up with a payment plan, something.
Right.
But you don't make somebody feel like crap for an accident.
Right. Exactly. So. Love that. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Next one. It's titled, My Girlfriend Had Sex with Someone Else 2 days before we started dating. Okay, let that marinate.
Okay, continue. I would be like, next,
Right, you got a problem with that? Next.
Now you asked to be the baby daddy? I don't know. Like, okay, continue.
Right, like, if I was not with... Okay, we're just going to read it.
Yeah.
I'm 6 months into this relationship, and she just told me now. The guy she had sex with was a friend of a friend's, and I'd see him from time to time. She always told me about him in the beginning of our relationship and how he wanted to have sex with her, but that they never did. Before my relationship with this girl even became official, we had sex. But now I'm figuring out now that she had sex with this other person like a week or two after me. She got drunk and her friends told her to do it. We got into an argument for like 3 to 4 hours over this. She finally decided to tell me because she didn't want me to find out from anyone else. The way she begged me to stay with her was probably the most sorry I've ever seen anybody in my life. She was on her knees begging me and sobbing. We weren't technically dating, but we were extremely intimate. We clearly loved each other, and then she went and betrayed me about a week later and never told me until right now. I have no clue how to feel. I know I love this girl to death, and I truly believe she is sorry, but it's hard to move past this because I was lied to for so long. I'd ask her how many people she had had sex with, and she'd always leave him out. At a point, I was with both of them in the same room, literally having no idea what had happened between them. She had so many opportunities to tell me what happened, and she never did until yesterday. I'm so hurt, and I just want some people's opinions.
My same reaction. Oh my God. Get over it.
Yeesh.
She didn't cheat on you.
Yeesh.
She didn't cheat on you. And wait, back up. They loved each other before they were in a committed relationship. Then why did it take so long to become in a committed relationship? Did he know?
Because she was having sex with another dude.
I mean, until you establish a relationship,
it's fair. It's free. It's a free fall.
Unless you talk about it, like, hey, if we're exclusive or we're not, or let's define what we are in the moment. You have to have those conversations.
Yeah, you can't assume.
But she doesn't need to tell you, first of all, how many people she slept with.
First of all.
Where, why. No, none of your business.
Godly.
You know, and what girl and guy actually tell the truth anyways?
Right.
Like, it's none of your business.
Right.
And
I can give you a ballpark.
Right. Like,
but we're not having specifics. You don't want,
no.
I'm not giving you previous addresses.
No.
And
Who cares?
Right.
Now, if he flat out asked her, hey, did you have a hookup with this guy? And then she lied to him.
Well, so he believes she lied because I guess he asked her how many people she was with and she was leaving that person out. So if she said 10, it was really 11. So he's thinking that's a lie.
Really go, I slept with Adrian in 1999. No, did she really break it down? You know, right. I was in high
And how
school,
did you know she left him out? Like, was she naming names?
And, like, what? None of your business.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, my opinion of him is he's got some insecurities.
That's clear, yeah.
Okay, he's a little insecure and he's sensitive, maybe a little jealousy. He's got to fix himself because if he loves her, then he needs to just be okay if she's around other guys or even around him in a room. She obviously picked you, dummy.
That's a good point.
She wants to be with you.
Yeah.
And, you know, she cried and apologized.
Was on her knees.
He called that out.
You don't, right.
Okay.
The most sorry you've ever seen anybody, that's big.
Obviously, okay, you made her feel like crap and she's sorry. What do you honestly think? What is the real stem from all this? Because he thinks she's going to do it again?
Right. Obviously, because they're mutual friends. Right. Because I'm going to have to say, I would feel a way if I had a boyfriend and they slept with this person, even if it was before us, fine. But then we're mutuals and we're at parties and functions and bars and stuff together. And this broad's floating around the room having had, like, I would want to know. Both of them know. I feel like I'm a fool that I'm not the one that knows. Both of them know they slept with each other and we're hanging out together.
Well, so you would want to go to a party with your new boyfriend who you love, who you're excited about, for him to be like, oh, that girl over there? Yeah. Like, how does that come up?
It would come up after we left or before we got there. Look, before we get there, I want to let you know.
Have an actual relationship, and if it was just
a bang bang
sex,
if it was just bang bang shrimp.
Now, if they had like a relationship, you know, where they loved each other and they were whatever, then yeah, I think I should know that, hey, so and so, we were in a
if it was deep,
you know, we had a breakup, you know, but we're still cool, and you know, I would want to know that. But I don't care if it was like a one night hookup, and as long as they're with me and I trust him, and it was even before we were actually going out,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd be upset.
Yeah, and then there's the also kind of related to that how she actually came and told him because she didn't want him to find. But what is that about? Like, is that guilt? Is that just trying to be completely transparent? Like she knows it was wrong that she hadn't told. Like, so I guess give her credit.
Yeah, he was probably making her feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, you know what? Let me just come clean
Mm-hmm.
and say, okay, this was a one-night stand
Mm-hmm.
and it meant nothing. And maybe he thinks of sex differently. And, you know, one-night stands mean different things to people.
Yeah.
You know, where, you know, he might not like them. He might not have never had them before and might feel a certain way that she has had one before and just doesn't like it. And, you know, he's entitled to his feelings, of course, and she has to listen to him and respect that, and he can be open and share it with her. But if
she's sorry,
she's sorry. Get over it.
Right.
Talk it through.
And vow from this point forward to be completely honest, so that there's no awkwardness or.
Right, like if you're in a room together, don't make it awkward. He's moved on. He's probably at other one-night stands.
Right.
You know, like, just don't worry about him.
And we actually don't know if he's in a relationship now. They didn't mention that in the story. Maybe he's moved on and.
Why are you worried about him?
Yeah.
It's not like if he's like flirting with her and like making eyeballs at her. That's different.
You said you love this girl, love her, vow to be honest from then on. She was on her knees.
Yeah, on her knees.
She is sorry.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She don't want to lose a good thing.
Right. And neither do you.
Okay. So next story. All right. It's titled Boyfriend Confessed Feelings for His Female Best Friend.
Like confessed? Like, okay.
Yeah,
had feelings? Now his feelings.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you.
Sorry.
So
many questions.
The author is 25 and her boyfriend is 27. And she says that he has almost only female friends.
Okay. Interesting.
Red flag number 1. No, I'm joking.
Not total red flag, but like...
What's the nature? What's the nature of these relationships?
She should have some boyfriends.
Okay. So she says, I don't see anything wrong with this, and I have been supportive of his friendship since the beginning of our relationship 7 months ago. So they're 7 months old.
Okay.
The other day, we were talking about something regarding his friends, and I asked him if he thought his friend Maria is attractive while saying I thought she looked beautiful. He said that he didn't think Maria was attractive, but he thought his best friend, Anna, looked very attractive.
He used the best friend word.
Okay. He did, and he used best friend attractive. Following this, I got a bit curious and started asking some questions. It became clear that my boyfriend and Anna used to have feelings for each other, but after talking, they decided that they don't want to risk losing their friendship if a romantic relationship wouldn't work. Why do they? I have so many questions. Yeah. They have been friends for 2 years. I found this worrisome for a couple of reasons. They have a way bigger emotional intimacy than me and him. He doesn't talk about his feelings easily, and although he never talked with me about his fears and things that make him sad, he has had these kind of conversations with her. He always talks about her with admiration. It may be something very small, but when I asked him what made him swipe right on me, we met on a dating app, he said that he was impressed by me playing the cello. Guess who also plays the cello? Anna. The first time I met her, she was kind of mean to me, but after that she became friendly and very touchy with him, but he made her stop. I love my boyfriend, but I don't want after months and years for him and her to come to me to tell me that they want to try being in a romantic relationship. I have fears that he might still have feelings for her. And apart from that, I am very happy with the relationship and how he treats me. Any advice?
Okay, so much.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, I would have some questions about his relationship with Anna.
Yeah.
Like, is it just feelings, like you have some sort of connection where you tell things to each other because
right.
maybe you've lived through the same shit and that's how you bonded.
Right.
Which, okay, it's always good to have somebody to talk to about your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Have they ever slept together? Have they ever...
Bingo.
Right?
Bingo bongo.
Have they also, like, not just a connection,
but physical.
Because then you check both those boxes. Now, I get the emotional can be a little, hard to see, because especially if you don't feel like you have that yet with your boyfriend, maybe it's still growing. 7 months in, you don't know everything about everyone or each other, right? So you're still growing.
And maybe he has that trust for the friend because they've been friends for 2 years. Right.
So
but still, I feel like there's a swap. Right. You need to stop telling her stuff and start telling me.
Exactly. So you have to grow and focus on your relationship to get to that level of trust and, that level of emotional, that emotional level, just where you're getting to that different bonding stage of your relationship. So you guys can have that. And, I would just say, what is it that your connection's so close to her? Right. So you can understand it some more.
Because emotional bonding is like legit. It's serious. Yes. Like that. There's that such thing. I think people say emotional cheating. Like, I'm with my boyfriend, but over here we may not have been intimate, but I'm telling them my deepest, darkest fears and secrets and confiding in them. Yes. Why am I choosing not to do that with Anna? And I also have a question, like, are you asking him questions and he's saying, oh, I don't want to talk about that, but then getting on the phone with her and telling about him? Like, that's a problem too. Like, maybe your trust isn't formed that deeply yet, but he shouldn't be running to somebody else.
Exactly.
To tell them.
And
that's
how
hurtful.
Do their date nights? Is it just dos? Or are you...
Are they going out alone?
Yeah.
Are they going to see the latest movies and screenings together? And
just kicking it at a bar and grabbing a beer? Or are they going out to dinners? Are they like...
Because, girl, if they're doing that, honey, I'm sorry, but you're in a polygamous relationship.
Yeah, you have to be included.
You have a sister wife, if that's the case.
You have to be
included. And not in an awkward way. And let's talk about how she said that she was mean to her.
Yes.
Why were you mean to me?
Anna, don't be mean. Don't be mean.
Don't catch these hands, Anna.
Now, if you have a concern, if there's a valid reason why you don't like her, then you could tell your boy, like, you could tell your friend. You want to look out for your friends and make sure they're not being no crazies. I get that.
But if that's your best friend and he's dating me, you need to be nice to me.
Right.
Period.
Don't. Period. Be nice.
And then the handsy thing.
In this world, you be nice.
Let's talk about handsy.
Yeah.
She said that she was. Let me read it. She was very touchy with him, but he made her stop.
Your hands to yourself.
Is he making you stop when I'm not around now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just a lot. I have a lot of concerns.
Yeah. Anna needs to keep your eyeball on Anna. Keep your eyes open on Anna.
Yes.
Period.
Because she, like. Even like the author says, I don't want, if me and him are together after months and years and then they finally figure out they want to be together and they drop me. Anna could wake up one day and say, I want you. Leave her for me.
My best friend's wedding.
Listen.
Hello, Julia Roberts, Cameron Diaz.
A lot of boundaries were crossed in that film from Julia. She was wild.
She was. And you didn't, like... You don't know who to root for.
Right.
Like,
I rooted for both of them. I saw both sides. New girlfriend trying to fit in. The old quasi best friend. Like they were coming in and taking my spot kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, we're not going to play those romantic. Anna is one romantic comedy away from snatching this man back up.
Right.
So I think some conversations need to happen. Do you think she should talk to Anna or just her boyfriend?
Just her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Just her boyfriend, because he,
he's the middleman.
Yeah. And if she doesn't come around often or at all without you being there, you can assess how they are together and just always know that you're a part of when they're together. Period.
And that's a conversation again with the boyfriend saying, I love that you and Anna have this bond, but I would like to have that bond too with your as your girlfriend. I feel like you should be telling me when you're sad or you have concerns or when you need a pick me up. We're supposed to be a team. I feel a way that you go to Anna before me or that you're telling her things that you don't tell me.
Right.
And see what he says.
Be friends and until they're not friends.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Guys and girls can be friends.
I mean,
I've lost some guy friends.
You lost some?
Yeah, I don't talk to them anymore.
Because they don't like that you have a boyfriend?
No, just because
time
they got married.
Dynamics change. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit happens.
Yeah. But who knows if you were like an Anna?
I don't think I was.
I don't think you were either.
I don't think I was.
I don't think you were. But that
I would never be mean to someone, first of all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, Anna, we looking for you. We got our eye on you, Anna.
We have an eyeball on.
Don't be slick, Anna, because we can tell when you getting handsy. That's a problem. Keep your hands off this man.
Yes.
Y'all just friends, right? Keep your hands off this man.
Yes. Go find yourself a man.
And move to Mars, because I hear Mars is popping.
Yeah. If you not living in the same state and it's hard for him to see you.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I think Anna needs to move. Yeah. Somebody needs to move.
Yes.
Yeah. And stop all this FaceTime stuff. I don't want you FaceTiming with Anna.
Right.
Okay. Next story. It's titled, "He Told Me His Friend Thinks I'm Ugly." Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. The writer is 29, and she says, "I've been dating this man who's 38 for 2 months or so. Things have been going well generally. He's been telling his friends about me, and since I didn't meet all of them, and then he'd tell me that they were saying I'm cute when he showed them my Instagram. Today, out of nowhere, he was like, I showed my friend your Instagram, and he didn't say good things about you. But I don't want to hurt you and tell you what he said." He's like 13. He's not 38. He's 13. She said, "I insisted. So he told me that his friend told him that his taste in women got really bad and that I'm not even good looking. I know I'm not a beauty queen. That's not the problem here. But why would he show everyone pictures of me and then tell me what they think when it will obviously hurt me? We had a big fight and I'm just so angry and hurt."
First of all, I don't know you, but you're beautiful. Everyone
exactly.
is beautiful in their own right.
Yep.
And you feel good about yourself. Don't let some punk bring you down.
Yeah.
And that's who his friends are.
Yep.
They're punks. People can be catty, guys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
They can be catty. It's rude when if somebody says, I can't see him with her or her with him because she this and he that. Just, you know what? Pay attention to yourself.
Right.
That's more about them than it is you.
Worry about yourself.
So don't take that. Don't let somebody's words bring you down. You're beautiful. So
that's first of all.
Your boyfriend who's been showing some pictures. Seriously, dude.
I would presume he's showing her off. Maybe he's proud of her and look at my new girlfriend.
Okay, let's assume.
But the problem is, if someone said something negative about me, why are you coming to tell me?
I hope he smacked his friend upside the head.
Exactly. But what was your first reaction to your friend? Did you laugh with him? Did you think it was funny? Did you check him and say, "Hey man, don't talk about my girl like that. I think she's beautiful." Yes. That's what I want to know. What did you tell your friend when he said that I wasn't? What did he say?
Right.
I'm not even good looking, and that your taste in women has gotten bad. Who is this friend?
Yeah. And why? Yeah, he's not a friend.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
He's being a mean girl.
I feel a lot of people could have kept a lot of things to themselves. The friend could have kept that to himself, and the boyfriend could have kept it to himself and not told you.
It's all about.
It's hurtful.
You know what his friend just said? Are you happy? Good. I'm happy.
Right. Exactly.
You know what? Bite your tongue. Everyone's got different tastes.
Exactly.
Everyone. Okay.
Exactly.
So you don't have to find her attractive. Good.
No, what that? Right.
I don't want you flirting with my shit. You stay in your lane.
Right.
So I don't care what you think.
Right.
Now, if I want you guys to enjoy each other's company and be friends, and we could all hang out and have a good time. That's all I care about. But you don't have to say negative things about people's appearance. That's just mean. And
now, if you all hang out together, how does that make you feel being around this friend who thought you were ugly? It just caused some issues that didn't need to be caused. If your boyfriend had just kept his damn mouth shut, no one needed to know that. And then the way he brought it up, let me read it again. I showed my friend your Instagram and he didn't say good things about you, but I don't want to hurt you and tell you what he said. Like, what the fuck are you?
Jab. That's already a jab.
What are you teasing me for? Like, why? I don't know.
Rip off the Band-Aid and tell me what he said.
I feel like the boyfriend.
Okay, he ugly too. Keep it moving.
Right. Tell him. Run. Tell that.
Yeah.
That he ain't that cute either. But no, I just.
If that's what I heard, I would smack my boyfriend upside the head. I wouldn't even have an argument. Just feel good in yourself, your skin, and know that his words and his thoughts don't matter.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend's a dum-dum from telling you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why.
But what do we do about the dum-dum? Because
just let him know that was rude. And just
keep it to yourself next
keep
time.
It to yourself. I don't need to know what your friend says.
Because I mean, what was the point? Yeah. What was the point in the boyfriend telling you that? Like, what did he want to get out of you? Did he want to knock you down a peg? Did he want to make you not that cute? Like, I'm the only one who, like, what was it? What was the reason? As Cardi B would say, like, why did he need to tell you that? Right. That's something you need to ask him too. Like, get to the root of that. Because if your boyfriend's not there to lift you up and like, what was the point? Right. If he thought you were beautiful, like Karen said, like if he thinks you're the bee's knees and that's why he's with you, that's all that matters. What was the point of him bringing up what his friend negatively said about you? I think you should figure that out and go ask him. Right. What was his reasoning?
Sticks and stones, they break your bones.
But these hands will always hurt you. Next story. Next story. Okay. It's titled, and it's story number 7. So we're almost done here. It's titled, My Boyfriend is Okay with My Cheating.
Then it's not cheating. Right? I mean,
it's polygamy.
It's like an open relationship.
Okay, the writer, she's 22. She says, I have a boyfriend who's also 22 who is going away for work for a couple of months. He told me that while he's away, it's okay for me to go out and hook up with other guys and that I should find someone to be with while he's away.
Oh, so he gets to play, you get to play, we all get to play.
That's what it sounds like, huh? She said, I told him I can't believe he would tell me this and asked why he would even allow it, because I most definitely don't want him to hook up with other girls. And I told him this and he said he won't. I trust him. I know he definitely isn't going to cheat. I told him how upset I am with him being okay with me cheating. He says it's not cheating because he would know about it. I don't understand why he would be okay with the thought of me being with other guys, because I can't and don't want him to even think about, or I don't want to even think about him with other girls. I told him that I wasn't going to do that and I'm not going to do that. It's not right because I'm committed to him. But he just says, but if you do, it's okay.
Wow.
It's like no matter how many times I tell him I'm not going to hook up with anyone, he just says, it's all right if you do.
Oh.
Like, why won't he believe me when I tell him that? Should I be upset? He says that I shouldn't and that he is giving me the option and liberty to do what I want while he's away. The end.
Okay, first, both are 22 years old. He wants to flap his wings. He does not want to be tied down.
Flap.
And have a committed, serious relationship. You both are so young.
Flap.
So just you do you, girl. If that's what you want, is a nice, committed, serious relationship. Flap. At the age of 22, you need to find a more mature man.
Somebody else.
A more mature man. They can come in all different ages.
Yes.
I'm not saying there isn't a young, mature man out there for you.
Right.
Gotta look and dig. But he is not it.
This is a glaring, this is an alarm. The alarms are sounding.
Have fun with this guy, that'll be it. Have your fun. But if you don't want him sleeping with other girls, well, guess what?
That's what he planning on doing. That's what he wants to give you a hall pass so that he can have a hall pass.
At the age of 22, no.
And why can't he just be honest? Just
guys.
Oh, well, that's a loaded question.
It can happen with girls.
Yes, right. Right.
Sorry, guys. But you know what? Yes, it's all about communication. What do you want, and what your wants and needs are can change throughout a relationship. As you guys, especially when you're young, exploring what you guys want and need and like. So, you know, if he's out there trying to understand what that is,
sow his royal oats,
that's fine. There is no.
But he needs to be honest.
But he needs to be honest.
He calls himself being slick by telling you, but it's okay. If you want to, it's okay.
To even say he wants to know about it, no, he don't care. Just because, and just like you don't want to know about it, right? Like, he's just gonna keep it to himself. You're gonna do you, and it'll be done.
No.
And after he travels, he's gonna come back to you, and you're gonna be his. I don't know where you live, but where, you know, that's it. You're
gonna be his main boo again once he comes back. Like, I feel like that's on purpose. He say, "Hey, you can do it," because he intends on doing it. Yes. But why wouldn't he just say, "You can do it because I'm going to be doing it"? Right. Like, why wouldn't he just say that?
Type of relationship I want to be in
right
now is an open one.
Right.
And if you don't like it, then.
And what is this? I'm going to be away for work for a couple of months. Where you going, bruh? Like, what kind of work you 22? Where you going?
Yeah, 22.
Are you some ad exec? Where you going?
NBA player?
Right. What are you?
Then he definitely cheated.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's a given. It really is, unfortunately.
Okay,
well, okay. All right.
90%. Because there are some good athletes out there.
Okay.
I don't want to say the word.
You don't want to put dicks in people's mouths. I get it. But I just don't trust this guy because, and like the adamant, like you're constantly saying, but I don't want to. He's like, but it's okay if you do.
Rock him like a tot and move on and get yourself a mature man, or you have fun too. You're young.
Right. This might be the first story out of all of these that we've actually said, leave that man. The rest of them, they can be worked out. But him trying to give you a hall pass, he's not saying the quiet part. The quiet part is he wants the hall pass. He wants to be able to sow his royal oats. And what you say, Karen? Flap them wings. He wants to flap a lap, and he wants to come back home to you. So no, that's a no.
Nope.
It's gonna be a no from us, dog. Last story. It's titled, "Is it going to get better, or did I attract yet another narcissist?" You know, narcissist is a trendy word these days that's being thrown around. But we're going to see what this guy is up to. This is a woman. And she says, so I've been seeing this guy for 9 months now. Moved in with him beginning of January. I don't know what January. I don't know what year this was written in. He's quite a bit older than me. He just turned 40 in December. And I turned 28 on the 22nd of this month. She's very specific. Okay. So 9 months they've been together. He's 40. She's 28. We've both fallen on hard times, as is life, and I'm trying to stay positive and understanding that we all process and cope differently. The thing is, though, he says such mean things when he's mad. He never said things to me like this before. He's called me a bitch for telling him how I feel, even when I approach him in a calm manner. He's thrown in my face my recent bad bout of depression where I attempted suicide. But then likes to tell me how much he cares and tries to prove it by having me read texts between him and my sister. I dislocated my thumb, and that night when he was mad, I didn't want to help him in the shed at 2 a.m. because my hand hurt and I wanted to go to bed. All of a sudden he screamed at me and called me a crybaby cunt. After this outburst, he usually acts nice-ish for a little bit after, but he's never said sorry. The kicker is my birthday was Monday, and we fought over the fact that I told him how I felt ignored sometimes, as he's always on his phone. Always. He screamed at me. 10 minutes later, as I'm crying, he just comes and acts like nothing happened, wished me a happy birthday, and then asked me to make breakfast. Sorry. The rest of the day he spent in his parents' house because we live on a camper on their land. When he was just going to shower. He was just going to shower at the house, and he spent 5 hours over there. Now I should have seen what was up sooner, but his tendency to blow up makes me hesitant. So now he's pissed because I've been distant the rest of the week and won't help him clean the shop so it can be redone. I don't know where that came from. There's a shop. Okay. He blew up, said I do absolutely nothing, even though I pay all the bills, and then demanded I help him. Then switched immediately to, oh, I'm concerned about you. I haven't seen you eat anything in the past few days. You should eat, baby. I feel like I'm on an emotional roller coaster. He knows me leaving will be hard because I spent my savings on his past 2 bills instead of a new car. Yet he hasn't even looked at fixing my Jeep but once. Then has moved on to one of his other 100 projects he's started. I feel like he's using the fact that I love him to keep me trapped here. That and the fact that I can't just get up and leave. Not even for a few hours to clear my mind. Though he has told me to get the fuck out a few times and acts as if I'm a burden being here. The one time I mentioned maybe seeing if I could stay with my parents, he lost it. I just want the sweet, funny, caring guy back that he was until we started living together. I keep saying to myself, it's our depressions, not mixing well, and all the other stressors in life. I'm just feeling so lost.
Okay, first.
Wait, this might be the second time that we tell somebody to leave.
Yeah, okay. But okay. Suicide,
yes.
Let's break that down.
Mm-hmm.
You need to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Because that is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
If you have thoughts of that, you need to talk to someone. There are a lot of resources on the internet. There are
more than there have ever been.
Resources.
Yeah.
There's availability that you can get the support that you need. Please, anyone who has thoughts of suicide, you got to talk to someone to get some help. If you don't have any friends or family that you can go to, the best way is to just get help externally and do some research. It doesn't take that more than some Google searches and you can find something.
All kind of hotlines and websites. Yeah.
So that's first things first. Second.
Drop the 40-year-old loser, please, for your own mental health.
Only been together for 9 months.
It's not going to get better, my girl.
Like the fun, whatever guy you said.
He gone.
Was he like that in a hot minute? Like
right.
At the beginning? Like
before you moved into it. Yeah.
Not a long enough time to be like, we have all this stuff together.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You can leave him. You can take a break. It's called Uber.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a car.
Mm-hmm.
There's Uber.
Yeah.
There's Lyft. There's taxis. You do not have to wait for him to fix your car.
Right. Leave. Right. And if you're thinking that your parents are an option, like you said that you might want to go stay with, please do that.
Get your head
do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Get your head right.
Yeah.
You need someone who's going to help you and support you.
Mm-hmm.
All I kept hearing in this is what you do for him. What does he do for you?
Mm-hmm. Besides put you on an emotional roller coaster, like calling you names.
And the C word? Oh, hell.
Oh, I've been called that, and that's not, I mean, it can make you see red. Like, it just, those, like, the bitch, that, like, any type of derogatory term out of your boyfriend's mouth to your ears is absolutely unacceptable. Right. And you said in here that he's never said sorry. That's because he ain't, like, he's not.
Yeah, he's narcissistic.
Yes.
Yes.
And then like the flipping it around, like, oh, are you okay? I haven't seen you eat, like, and then flipping, like the flip flopping, and you're already dealing with mental, like, you don't need him added on top of that.
You need positivity.
You need positive and light and people who care about you.
People will fight. No relationship's perfect.
Absolutely.
He needs to apologize. He needs to communicate. He needs to partner with you to resolve whatever is going on together.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't sound like you're in a healthy environment.
Right.
You feel trapped and he's not giving you what you need. And what you need right now is a lot because you need to get back
to you.
Yeah. Like you need time. You need to get some professional help to feel better, and that's what's number one. You got to focus on you.
Yeah.
You're selfish and focus only on you right now.
Yeah.
And if he was a good boyfriend, he would want that.
He would want that. He would want you to be your best self at all times and not be bringing you down. Like you said, fighting is one thing. Yeah. Like we're fighting about, I don't know what, but when it comes to like the hitting below the belt and the name, like when, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself, women, I feel, never forget that. Yep. We might forgive you or maybe not even forgive. We might push it under the rug and say, oh, you know that. They will never forget it. Mm-hmm. They will never forget what you say to them. Right. And even in like these darkest times that you said, as is life, we've both fallen on hard times or whatever you said, it's not an excuse for him to be derogatory in that way and then not even be sorry. Like, how do you make up? Do you ever make up or you just move on to the next issue? Like, the title of this was, Is It Going to Get Better or Did I Attract Yet Another Narcissist? That's more therapy work. You said another one. So you know what maybe
guys
are you choosing? For? Yeah.
Because it's not, you might think it's you. It's not you.
No.
You know, just you got to focus on you first. And yes, you are probably looking for some support and companionship like we all are in some sort of way. But you're not going to find what you need from him.
No.
If you stay with him.
And it could even, I don't know, is it an age thing? Like he's so far, more, he's obviously set in his ways. Yeah. And you have a ton more living to do. And you don't need, I'm sorry, you need to go. Right. Call your parents up. Pack your stuff from this little camper that y'all are in and give this 40-year-old man his life back and whatever he wants to do on his parents' land. Y'all are not compatible.
Nope.
No. The fact that you said emotional roller coaster, that's not going to get better. Speaking from experience, that's not going to get better. No. It's not. If a man calls you names once when he's mad and then he tries to make up and then it's going to be a cycle. And
it's been for 9 months.
Yeah. You're not even hard in the paint yet. You're not even 2 years, 3 years, 4 years in. You just, it should be easy at 9 months. Yes.
Get out now before.
Now's the time.
Worse.
And like we said, I don't know when these are written, and this isn't actual advice for this lady who's called. It's for anybody who might be listening and is currently going through this.
Like some sort of
similar situation. It's not. It's not gonna get better.
You're still a baby.
You're 20. Yes, you're 28. Yeah.
Still have so much to look forward to.
So. Get some help.
There's a guy out there who's going to take you on a trip and make you some mac and cheese on that.
Bruh. There's a man out there going to take you on a love roller coaster.
Love roller coaster.
Well, y'all just got all the lovely highs. Yes. There's
hiking and some mac and cheese.
She keeps talking about mac and cheese.
Hiking and mac and cheese.
Remember, she's lactose intolerant, so she don't really mean it.
I do. I just need a quick job.
What's that vegan cheese like though? That tofu cheese? Yeah, I can't get down with that. I don't care. Please. Okay. So, I'm fresh out of relatable reactions. KG, what about you?
No, I just, the relationships are hard and they're not perfect. You will hit some walls. Life happens. Things happen. Curveballs will happen. But if it's a meaningful relationship, you'll find a way through it together. If not, then breakups suck.
Yep.
It's hard. Even if you're mad at them, it's still hard.
You still love them when you're mad. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Sometimes it's for the best for you. And once you heal and get over it, you'll find somebody new and you'll look for what you want. It's kind of like finding a job.
Yep.
Now you have
the perfect match. Yes. Yep.
Must-haves.
Yep.
Maybe some, I could consideration. Consider it. But, you have to think about what you want and don't settle.
Yep. All right. So I want to thank my dear friend Karen, aka KG, for spending time dissecting these stories with me and laughing. until I cried a little bit in some of those laughs. I also want to thank my listeners for spending your commute, your work day, your workout, or whatever else you were doing while tuning in to Relatable Reactions podcast. We will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.